We are here with Theodor Andrei, whose DGT represented Romania in last year's Eurovision. Welcome, Theodor.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. Can you talk about your experience growing up with Eurovision?
I remember watching the show with my parents when I was like 8 and 9 years old. And I remember telling my mom that my biggest dream when I was a kid was being part of the great Eurovision, you know?
Oh my
Amazing.
God.
When I was 7, I started taking piano lessons, but it didn't really appeal to me because we were only learning like Bach, Mozart, and Bayern and stuff like that. We weren't actually taught about musical theory and what's really behind a modern day song. As time has gone by, I started writing my songs, especially for Eurovision, once a year. And my first song for Eurovision was called Nu le place in Romanian. And it was not that good of a song, but it was one of my first songs I've ever written. Nu le place cum cânt, nu le place cum scrii, nu le place cum sunt, nu le place că știi.
Great.
It didn't manage to do anything, this song.
So DGT,
It was the first year when I was like, I'll sign up the song. It doesn't matter anyways, because I'm not going to get picked. I remember the day they published like the 12 finalists from the national final. I was with my friends and my colleagues from the theater band I play in, visiting some mountains and stuff like that. And it was early in the morning. We were waiting because the national television posted the finalists on their website in the morning. I didn't even have the courage to check the website myself. It was one of my friends that got their phone, and actually my first name is actually way down in the alphabet. And I was the last one written there because it was in alphabetical order.
your album Fragile, it's very honest, and sometimes it gets pretty dark, you know. So many of the songs are about relationships that are ultimately hurtful or painful.
I was 10 and I was writing some not that good songs. I was such a kid that I would just place my phone next to the speaker, make the instrumental play from my PC, and then shout over it. I got attached to a girl. I wrote a song about her, so it was my first love song. I even made some Spanish lyrics as well because I learned Spanish in school, and I thought it would be special. And I was expecting her to be like, "Oh my God, you wrote a song for me? That's so cute." But she was like, "Oh my God, you're so cringe."
Oh no.
It was like the exact opposite reaction. And then she showed her friends, which already were really, really huge haters of mine. We had this thing where every boy had a crush on a specific girl in the class, except for me, because my crush told me my song was shit. my song from SoundCloud. Yeah. Okay. They would go like way too misogynistic, but I was completely against that, just instinctively.
Yes.
And so what I would just go like, you can't go to a girl in the class while she's like wiping the board and cheat her or grab her by the hair and stuff like that. That's immoral. And they would go like, you're doing this because you're gay, aren't you? There were some months on end that most of my colleagues thought I'm just gay because I would protect my girl colleagues. Some guys, they follow me and they came to me in the park and thrown my friends away, and they tried to hit me and embarrass me and make me do stuff that I didn't want to. And they even had knives, and they were 8 people.
These were kids who went to your school, that you knew from school.
I was so afraid to tell my parents about all of these problems that I was facing daily. This was way too much for me to handle on my own. Coming home every day, crying myself to sleep, wishing never to come back to school again. Jeez. Sometimes I still think about those things.
Now, there have been a lot of reports that TVR made it very difficult for you in Liverpool, starting with the fact that they rejected a lot of your staging ideas.
I thought that every country should have like their music video. I didn't think there was any other way than this. They were just like, yeah, you don't need a music video.
They didn't want to pay for something? Yeah.
Exactly. And then they would go like, come on, you're 18. Let the professionals do the job, please. I was planning on having all the dancers I had in the national fan. The 2 boy dancers would be dressed like completely in white and have their hands painted in black. So then every time I'm trying to escape, they would touch me and leave marks on me. When I would go to the high notes, all of the dancers would get my jacket off. And I had a tank top, which was filled with silver sequins. there were lights all over it. And so if you point all of the lights in that tank top sequin thing, you will just explode in tons of other lights and colors. So that was basically my main idea. But then they didn't agree on it. They told me it's way too distracting having this complex thing. I was invited to a radio station and they told me to perform like DGT in an acoustic version. One day later, the biggest boss in the national television called my head of delegation telling him that this acoustic version is the one that we should send to Liverpool. Sending an acoustic version to Eurovision is like you'd better get a pencil in your right eye. It's like going to Eurovision to perform a song in an acoustic version when every instrument is literally playback, is lip synced.
Yeah.
It's extremely stupid. It's not like small stupid. They wouldn't say anything about the staging, except from what would you say if you were dressed in a black satin kimono, white,
No.
with a guitar that, hold on, my mind exploded hearing this. So you dressed in a black satin kimono with a guitar that looks like a palm because it's a song called DGT, like fingers. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
No, but the least I could do was talk to the stylist, and she said that it would be cool if I would just wear a blazer with shorts as I wore in the live session before the national final. And I was like, that seems better than a kimono. Yeah. I've sent them like 2 or 3 music video scripts. And I remember that one of them, I actually printed it and left it on the head of delegation's desk. And it was never opened.
Are you kidding me?
I'm 100% sure. He told me, it's okay, try to do it. And then if I like it, we can continue. So I wrote the whole script all over again. And I invested with my own money that I've got out of a concert in the music video. One of the main reasons they told me they wouldn't ever do this music video is because it would take so much time to get the edit done and stuff like that. And I recorded that video, and 3 days later, it was all finished. I've sent it to the staging director, and he told me he liked it. So I was like, great, this can't go better. And I've sent it to the head of delegation with the modifications. And he told me he absolutely doesn't want me to post it. There was a scene with me in chains, and there was a scene with me covered in red paint.
Was it like TVR didn't like the sort of sexuality of it?
There is a huge, huge battle in between the different heads of delegations that Romania has ever had. Between the 2 male head of delegations, I would win the national selection, and the head of delegation from this year would go like, yeah, dude, we can do this. This is going to be amazing and stuff like that in the first days. And then an ex-head of delegation would post on Facebook. This was extremely hilarious. So there were some posts before the national selection that said, oh my God, this guy has dark horse potential. And then I saw the ex-head of delegation reply that only said, what dark horse? This boy is maximum a pony. And I was like,
the ex-head of the delegation?
That is so unprofessional.
are we not like in the same team? The head of delegation told me to not ever post this video, this music video. I thought, okay, so this is the way the things are going. I'll post the video before the national television gets in their hours of work. So nobody can call me, nobody can text me, nobody can argue with me about this music video. The head of delegation. He would get other people to call my parents and tell them that due to my choice of posting the music video, I've stepped on the contract. So I have to pay them 400,000 euros.
400,000 euros.
Obviously, my parents got scared because 100,000 euros is not like you go with 400,000 euros in your wallet every day. There is this thing in Eurovision that every delegation sends a video of the performance they have prepared. And then the organizing team gives them back a video of the exact performance portrayed by some actors that they have chosen especially for this thing. Exactly as the staging director from the specific country asks for. I knew that I had to see this because no one has told me anything. And it's a 1-day link only. After 24 hours, it expires. You can never see it again. I asked on the WhatsApp group, where is the video? Seen. Hey, Did we get the video from the BBC, the one with the scene? I go to fitting, trying some costumes and stuff like that, and they would go like, "Come on, you haven't seen the video?"
Oh,
That
no.
is
And they didn't let me watch the video when they received the link, telling me that just as I did with the music video, posting it without them approving it, why would they be sure that if they show me this, I wouldn't post it as well?
not knowing the staging that you're gonna do. Like that's wild.
So the link has expired, and they've shown me a phone recording of a laptop screen with the staging. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I just gotta say it was bad. What happened? Why do we have volcanoes? I've watched Eurovision every single year since I was 8. I know what staging means. A great staging can save a shit song. This has been my dream for all my life now. And the best I can do is be extra enough so then I can drag the attention to me instead of watching the shit that surrounds me.
You released the EP of Eurovision medleys.
The hardest was, I think, the Finnish song, Cha Cha Cha. That was the hardest to get the pronunciation right. Most of the native language songs,
Right.
those were the real challenges.
Yes.
But I took the songs, changed the arrangements so it would give a different vibe.
Theodor, thank you so much. This was really, really wonderful. It was such a great conversation.
Thank you so much. The second album is on the way. The Eurovision Medleys EP is out right now. Fragile, my debut album, is still on all the streaming platforms, so you can stream that as well.
All the mysteries of the Euroverse.